Alright boys, so here it is. They are finally going to be making some changes to Deadman mode, and for those of you who don't like to read, I'm here to help. They got the dev blog out today, the seasonal Deadman mode changes, and from what I gathered on here, they're not really, or they have things planned for this season as well as next season. Unfortunately, the best part of next season is not going to be in this season. But, we're just going to have to bear with it for now. I know, obviously, this one particular aspect will take some development time. So, it's all good. At least they're taking a step in the right direction and actually realizing that they've got to make some changes to this game mode. And they understand how popular and how exciting this game mode is and stuff like that for them to actually want to change things. So, we're going to get into basically the things that they're going to be changing. So, for this season, the first thing that they're doing is they're going to be changing experience loss on death. Now, what they're saying is that obviously, a death to a player who's extremely higher combat level than you shouldn't be as punished as someone who is like a similar level to you, which obviously makes sense. Now, they have this formula here, and I didn't really, after looking at it for like 10 seconds, I really didn't feel like trying to work out exactly what it means. But, it's combat level killer, so, say 126, and then minus this number here for whatever reason. It feels like a very random number. Then times the combat level victim, minus 40, divided by 10. I don't even, it's math. Anyways, if you want to, I'll leave it here for a little bit, so if you can figure that out for me and say something in the comments, we'll be happy here. But they gave more of a thing here, but it doesn't give it for more than any other specific levels than 80 and 126. So, but I'm sure if I really cared, I could figure out what that meant. But the changes they did to on death is changing from 10 to 20, or from 28 items lost to 10. Now, for me, I think, like I said in my previous video, I think the death mechanic should have been you lose like 10 items instead of 10 stacks of items. Like, for example, if I have 3 Bandos chest plates, that counts as 3 to my 10 versus just 1 to my 10. But, I mean, it's better than losing 28, that's for sure. So, that's a good thing. I mean, obviously, it's not, in what my opinion is the best solution. But, hey, at least it's better. Anything that can be improved in this game mode is good because of how bad it dies so quickly. Anything and everything they change for the better is definitely a good thing. So the 6-hour immunity and increased experience gain, I really like this idea because if you don't join the first day of Deadman mode or the first or second day, you're pretty much fucked for the entire season because everybody's so much farther ahead of you. It's just you can't catch up. But with this, you've got 6 hours of immunity plus increased experience. So I could join a week later, and if I just grind my ass off for 6 hours, I'll be, at least almost ready to compete with the other players. And the fact that they're saying the XP multiplier goes down as they play, I believe. I think they said that somewhere. Or maybe it's right here. It's 6-hour immunity, in addition, giving brand new. Okay, so brand new players get 10 times experience during their 6-hour immunity, which is pretty huge. So it gives, like they're saying, it gives people a chance to catch up and get to the point where they can defend themselves. It was awesome. I like this a lot right here. You can teleport whenever when you're unskulled. There's no more 10-second delay on teleports, which is perfect because like I said, one big thing that really hinders this game mode is that it doesn't really, skillers are always at a disadvantage. With this, skillers that are unskulled, if they see a white dot, they can just bounce. They can just teleport right away. Now, teleblock is obviously a thing, but at least if somebody's teleblocking you, they're not on ancients, so that helps. The only problem here is that you're going to run into teams. Those teams are going to have a dedicated teleblocker, and then the rest are going to have ancients. So it's still going to be an issue, but as long as you're quick on the draw with your teleports, you can get the fuck out of there. But if if you get teleblocked, then you're fucked. Like, there is really no escape at that point. You can't even, like, teleport away. You're gonna have to log out, so. Because you got, like, I don't even know how long a teleblock lasts, but you can't even teleport at all, let alone waiting 10 seconds, so. I guess it's better, obviously it makes unscholars just a tad bit safer and a little bit able to escape, but I think that there should be a little bit more protection for skillers than that, but, it's better. Like I said, anything that's better is well welcomed. And then unnoted items, I never really understood what was so bad about this. Like, if you're sitting there having to tank a clan out, then, you're gonna want to be able to figure out a way to not die. So, I never understood the issue with unnoting items, like, with a bank. Like I said, if you're fucking out there having to tank Rod or whoever else, like, you're gonna want to make sure you're able to protect yourself, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, I never really understood that, but basically, they're saying, that you can only unnote one item at a time, adding a charge. I don't know how I feel about that one. I feel like that should just stay the same. Because you've got to be able to have protection. If you can't get into a bank when they're sitting there spamming like iron knives at you, then you're gonna die. So you got to have some kind of protection. But next season, this right here is what I am a huge fan of. Now, I don't know if you guys know me, but I absolutely love the Grand Exchange. I've been playing this game for 11 years, and when the Grand Exchange came out for old school, as well as RS3, I guess it was RS2 back when it came out, a lot of people were hating on it, saying that it, screwed with trading and all that stuff. But for me, as a person who is more of a solo player and doesn't like to really spend time trying to find trades, I've always loved the Grand Exchange. And this thing is going to help me out a lot because if you guys have been subscribed to me for a while, I made, like, on Deadman mode, I made a Safe Zone Deadman account. That I can bring that back with the Grand Exchange and produce even way more content because I don't have to spend so much time trying to trade and shit. So it'll be a lot easier to progress my account with that. So I'll be able to run like 2 different accounts at the same time. So hopefully that'll be something people will enjoy. But that's just right there is so good because it just makes, like, trading sucks. And like I said, if you're not training your stats and you're spending so much time trading, that's not good. The more time, like it says here, more time spent training and PKing, less time trying to buy and sell items. Because you're always at a disadvantage if you're not training your stats. So if you can be quick to the trade, you can get right back to training, and life's good, man. But experience rates depending on level. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, this is what I was talking about here. It was instead of being 5 times for the entire time, the lower your level, the larger your experience multiplier is. Now, I like this idea, and I don't at the same time, because it makes things like Ice Barrage for the casual guy even that much harder to get. And I think one of the biggest issues for this game is that the casual player is at a disadvantage by a long shot. So, I don't know if I like this one. I mean, I guess it is, obviously it's better, but it just, like I said, it makes the casual player even more at a disadvantage because you have to spend, like, for somebody to get Ice Barrage, you're going to have to spend even way more hours to get Ice Barrage. So only the top end players that are super, super dedicated are going to be able to have those stats, which, I mean, I guess that makes sense, if in every game, whoever is able to dedicate the most time and, whatever, is obviously going to be the stronger player. But, that's just one thing for me that's, like I said, just my opinion. So, for the Invitational, this one I don't care too much about because I know I'm not gonna win. Like, I'll probably make sure I get the skills and levels to be able to go to be able to be a part of the Invitational and actually participate. But there's no way I'm gonna win. So for me, it's just more participating is gonna be the fun part. I don't really care to try to win. So, change to the fog, obvious. if you watch the Invitational live stream, the fog was it was just bad. Like, I think from what I remember, I heard that it was the fog was supposed to end in Varrock, and instead it ended in Falador, so people were like, oh, what the hell's going on? And the fog completely covered the entire map. So it wasn't a fight to the death, it was just a tank test at the end of the day, which that's obviously not what they wanted to do, so yeah. So the fog definitely needed to be changed, and they're going to do that. I think they said something about like a 20 by 20 square at the end, and everybody just battles it out to the end. The tiebreaker kills instead of total level. Now, when I watched this on the live stream, I didn't know how I felt about this one, because like if somebody's in a clan, you know, they can have like if they just go and pick off a bunch of level 3s or a bunch of low levels, that adds to their kill counter. I don't know how I feel about that one. Like if they just pick off level 3s until the final hour, and then, you know, then they go and fight, like whoever just picks off the most level 3s is gonna be the winner if it ties. So I don't know, you know, whatever. I feel like there's nobody probably gonna tie. I feel like the the chances of a tie actually happening are extremely low. So I guess this probably won't even come into effect. But if it does, you know, whatever. But other than that, this whole thing's fantastic in my opinion. There's definitely still things I feel like they could do to improve and make it better. Like I said, the one thing I feel like they missed was making sure they cater to skillers and casual players. But I guess this game mode is not necessarily for those players. Now, I feel like it should be, because this is such an exciting game mode, and it's brought so many new players. I mean, if you look at the Deadman mode hype from day one, there was 1,000 players in each Deadman mode world. And then the fact that it's technically an esport, and the fact that the Invitational was so, like, I think it got like 50,000 or 60,000 viewers on Twitch at its max. So, like, people love this shit. So anything and everything they can do to bring more players and, you know, increase the longevity of this game mode is perfect. So like I said, one of my biggest issues is that it doesn't cater to casual, you know, everyday players, the ones that can play like maybe 3 hours a day. But I think one of the best things for those players is this right here, is the teleporting when unscald, because they don't get set back so much, and they actually have a realistic chance of escaping, and then, you know, not dying or not having such a severe experience loss on death. So changes are good. Obviously step in the right direction. It's going to improve the game mode a lot. All of these things will definitely make it better. And there's things like I said, things they can improve on. But for now, I am absolutely ecstatic about this. Like, I can't wait for them to implement this. I know it's just a dev blog now, so I don't know when these first for the current season are going to come out. Hopefully next week. I doubt it, but you know, who knows. So the current season is going to be a lot better improved, and then next season is going to be awesome with the Great Exchange. So I'm really looking forward to all of this, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. And hopefully all of those who quit may have regain some interest again, and will come back and all that stuff. And then I'll look forward to killing you